Hello, Bashar.
And are you good day?
I wanted to first of all ask about the concept of the 12-strand DNA reactivation.
Yes?
And the validity to that concept.
The concept is valid, but the 12 strands will not manifest in physical reality. Only one more will, so that you will ultimately have 3 strands physically, but the 3rd strand even will be quasi-physical. You'll be able to perceive it in physical reality, but it will stretch into non-physical dimensions. The other remaining strands will be mostly non-physical in nature, but will form energy templates to which you will have strong access. This is some of what the new species of children are experiencing. They have more access to more of the vibrational strands that you would call DNA, which are simply higher energy template forms. Does that help you?
Yes. Do us older folks have a chance to develop that also?
Well, since you older folks are still all young pups to me, I suppose so.
I would like to ask, you spoke about Jesus and the living reflection that he was able to project. Do we have people on this planet that are capable to function on that level?
You do.
And who are they?
You will not know them for a few years. You will find most of them within what you would call your indigenous societies. Okay. You can seek them out as an individual, and you can find them as an individual if you are of the vibration that they feel is appropriate to interact with.
When the student is ready.
Yes, exactly so. Most of them are referred to simply as masters or holy people, so forth, other names they are given, and many of them are very long-lived. Some of them are literally hundreds of years old, but you would never know that. In time you will.
Is there someone who's going to take on the role of the Antichrist?
Not necessarily will it be reflected as a single individual, though many may wish to claim the crown. But the idea of the Antichrist really is the collective fear of your society.
Wow.
Just as the idea of the second coming is not the embodiment in a single individual, but the awakening of the Christ consciousness and the Buddha nature and the Krishna spirit within all people. You follow? Now you are beyond the time of needing to represent those ideas in the embodiment of single individuals. Now you are entering the time of taking responsibility for the creation of your reality to the point where that energy can awaken in all of you. So the idea of the Christ, the Buddha, the Krishna, and the Antichrist really are the collective energies that you are all exhibiting of positive and or negative realities.
The guru in you.
Yes.
And lastly, I wanted to ask you about the significance of the 9/11 event in relation to those wishing the New World Order to transpire.
Well, what did it wake up within you? What did it jolt you out of?
Complacency.
Yes. And an understanding that communication has broken down to such a degree that you, in a sense, create for yourself those kinds of events to grab your attention. It also points out to you that you are your governments and you need to start communicating to each other as your governments and not let your governments run everything for you, giving them power and responsibility when in fact it's supposed to reside within you.
Those elements in our governments that are negative to the advancement of humanity, they have a deep entrenchment.
Yes. And who gave them that?
We did.
Thank you. So entrench them in a positive and loving way by empowering them. Remember, they are only entrenched because of fear. If you help them realize that they can get in touch with their fear and that they are actually far more powerful by not ruling over, but by being with, then they may begin to let go of their entrenchment. Or they may not, but it won't matter. As we said, if you establish concurrent alternate systems side by side, then when the old one crumbles, the new one will be there to take its place. You don't have to break down the old government to create a new idea that can replace it when it can no longer stand up under